Rogue Labour MP Gaurav Sharma has broken his silence and he's made more explosive claims, this time about the Prime Minister's office.
Sharma was suspended from Labour's caucus on Tuesday. But tonight, fresh questions are being raised as to whether that outcome was decided at a secret meeting the night before. He spoke exclusively to political editor Jenna Lynch, who joins us now. Jenna.
Gaurav Sharma has come out swinging. In fact, he's hit the nuclear button. He's accusing the Prime Minister and her office of a cover-up. He says the Labour Party held a kangaroo court to decide his fate, and he's played Newshub a recording of another MP saying to him that the outcome of the caucus meeting in which he was suspended was predetermined the night before. The timeline here is crucial. Last Thursday, Sharma wrote in a column which he made bullying claims. On Tuesday, Labour held its special caucus meeting, which resulted in his suspension. But the night before, the entire caucus, excluding Sharma, met to discuss the rogue MP. And after that meeting, someone who was in it phoned Sharma, warning that what he would face the next day would be, quote, brutal.
Silence broken.
What is the Prime Minister trying to hide? You know, there is something very big going on here, and there is a cover-up.
Dr Gaurav Sharma has not spoken publicly since he was suspended from the Labour Party. He's not even spoken to the Prime Minister, but he's speaking to us. He's got a lot to get off his chest.
I'm here now speaking up again because I'm being silenced once again after having gone through it for 1.5 years.
Sharma torpedoed his party into scandal, drip-feeding drama for the past week until his caucus unanimously voted to suspend him on Tuesday. He's now come to us with evidence at least one of his colleagues backs him. A secret recording Sharma took of an MP who recounted Monday night's secret Labour meeting, a meeting that excluded him.
You know, I was genuinely hurt by that.
Newshub knows who the MP is, but we've revoiced the recording to protect their identity. The MP tells Sharma his fate was sealed at that meeting.
It's all predetermined. This is purely just to get them where they want to be, which is for caucus to be aware that a decision will need to be made, and that will be, it's going to be to whack you.
It's a kangaroo court in a banana republic. I could show up and, you know, the decision was already made the night before.
Earlier in the week, the Prime Minister was adamant there was no predetermination.
You have my assurance and word here. It would not have been keeping within the rules to make any predetermination, and we were very clear that we wouldn't, and we didn't.
Do you think she misled the public when she said that?
Definitely.
The PM has made plain Sharma himself was being managed due to staffing issues. Several allegations of bullying have been made against him.
From Cambridge.
So you can completely refute the allegations?
Every single one of them, and that's what I've been saying.
All Sharma wants out of this is an investigation into bullying claims, something the MP who phoned him said he was not going to get.
She doesn't want to be opened up to a QC investigation or anything that could put the gaze on any other issue or any other colleague. They want it squarely on you.
So do you think they're afraid of what an investigation will find?
Oh, definitely, yes. Any public inquiry into this will, will dig up more things.
Would you be worried about what an investigation would find about you?
No, not at all.
The PM has pointed to a mediation process instead.
Do you intend to participate in any kind of mediation?
No, I want a public inquiry which will hold people to account, because as we've seen up until now, it's just a kangaroo court.
The MP accusing his colleagues of bullying.
Those guys are bullies. No two ways around it.
Who are they referring to?
He's talking about the leadership of the Labour Party.
So Jacinda Ardern and Kelvin Davis?
Well, at least one of them is on TV every day saying there's nothing wrong.
Sharma taking aim at the Labour Party's pride and joy, the Prime Minister accusing her of creating a cover-up culture.
This is the Prime Minister's office trying to cover something. This is the Prime Minister trying to cover something. And I'm saying this isn't just about bullying, there's a lot more here.
Another explosive claim. He says the MP intake of 2020 was recently required to attend a workshop ahead of election year where they were coached on how to keep information out of the public's hands.
One of them was obviously, shut up, don't talk about anything, because we hadn't, not about this, but anything, don't say anything for which the Prime Minister has to stand up and do a media stand-up, but also how not to get an OIA issue. So how to talk to somebody without actually having any track record of it so nobody can track it down the road.
Sharma alleges staff in the Prime Minister's office wear two employment hats and pick which one they're wearing when they receive information.
The staffing arrangements are done in a way that, some staff work part-time for Labour Leader's office and part-time for Prime Minister's office. And when they want to prevent OIA, they just sort of make it that this is the Labour Leader's problem, this is not the Prime Minister's office problem, and then they can get away with it.
Are you comfortable with that?
No, not at all. I mean, this is what I'm saying. The whole thing is set up to prevent any tracking of these issues being raised.
That's a pretty serious allegation.
Well, you tell me then. That's literally what's happening.
On Tuesday, the PM said Sharma was on his last strike.
This is final warning, though?
Yes.
You've already been suspended by the party. Speaking out now the party will likely expel you. Are you prepared for that?
Yeah. What I'm repeatedly asking is a fair trial, and that's what I'm focused on.
Do you think you're going to regret this?
No, why should I regret it? Why should I be the one hiding my face? I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, we'll see if the Prime Minister sees it that way.
So, Jenna, what's the Prime Minister's office had to say about this?
Obviously we put all of these claims to the Prime Minister's office. Firstly, on that allegation that they're using the split contracts and using different hats to hide information, we didn't get a formal response on that, but I'm told that there is a proper function for those split contracts, and it's so that the Prime Minister's office staff can help non-ministerial MPs like the backbencher who is brutally attacking them in public. We do have an official response on Dr Sharma's future, attributable to a spokesperson for the Prime Minister. They say that on Tuesday, the caucus suspended Gaurav on the basis of repeated breaches of trust. This latest example of releasing and misrepresenting conversations with his colleagues reinforces that decision and will be discussed by caucus. So what you can read into that is that Gaurav's future is not certain.
Yes, a lot to unpack there, Jenna. Thank you very much for that.